back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the CIS Grand Final. And boy, oh boy, we've been delivered two teams that are vying for a big spot here. And of course, they've both earned their way through this bracket, Hugo.
You're damn right, Trace. No better way to start a CIS matchup than on Dust 2. And boy, oh boy, this is going to be a banger. Winstrike on the CT side and Spirit taking the T half. It's full armor for Winstrike in this pistol round. Spirit, they want to start it fast. They want to start it quick, and they're going to run right into B. Lackey is here alone, but Bondik's coming from middle, and it's a double USP 2K coming through. Everyone dead here for Spirit. They can't get through this site. One man hiding in a smoke. Chopper. Oh dear, this is not how he wanted to start off this series. And it's going to end about as badly as it started for Spirit. Quick kill from him, but traded immediately, and Winstrike take the pistol.
Yeah, good start for the Winstrike guys. As you mentioned, right, it was armor across the board. They couldn't afford to let that bomb get planted, and they do everything in their power to stop it. It's Lackey with a nice sight hold, helped out by his teammates on fast rotations that help keep that one under wraps. Winstrike looking to start this grand final strong. Balance coming in with the scout. It's 4 spies here for Team Spirit. They do have Deegan armor and a little bit of utility to play around with. They're going to start to take the lower tunnels in this round. And with Balance drawing the attention of Elian in for these peaks, Mir is allowed to get up very, very close to these double doors, and he's looking for the opener. Now, doesn't want to risk taking any damage to this scout through the double doors. Lackey has actually pushed into the upper tunnels, and this is a bit of a problem for Team Spirit. They need to go back, they need to clear him out of this position, or else this is going to allow for a very heavy stack down towards mid and A. They're really dedicating to trying to deal with this lone player in the tunnels, and Lackey is not bowing down, he's not backing out, he's still taking these fights, but there was one bullet left in the gun there, so that one's a little bit overzealous from Lackey. And this does leave Team Spirit in a 3-on-4. Not an easy round, but not an impossible one either.
I like how Lackey smokes off this entrance where Sumdayoung is right now. It smoked off Balance in the spawn with the scout. He was trying to fight towards B to deny that aggression, but Lackey smokes it off. Good upper push from Winstrike, finding some early kills their way, but Spirit are going to group and try and take A in this round. It's a bit of a rough one with no utility other than a solo smoke on Magix. And they're not looking to use util anyway. They're looking for contact plays, but it's already been a spot out from Ellie, and he hits 2 scout shots. There's a third killing blow. Can't finish off the job that he starts on Balance, and now Balance is now all that stands. He's hit another tag. These scout shots can really win you rounds if placed well, but 15 seconds is going to get jump shot by Hobbit. Love that. Hobbit, very mobile player, as we learned yesterday. This guy is just jumping around corners, running down a ramp on Vertigo CT side, and being an utter nuisance to Hard Legion. Is he going to be the same problem for Spirit? We'll have to wait and see.
Winstrike off to the booming start. Still no purchase up here for Spirit. Sumdayoung's been a talking point of the Spirit lineup pretty much since its inception, and well, he'll be one of the first to go down here any second. Ilian has pushed mid, and he is looking for the ace. 4 kills, 4 eeks at that. He's not going to get it. Sumdayoung actually the last one alive, but not for long. Round that pretty textbook went the way that it should have. And now we have 3 on the board for Winstrike.
Yeah, time for Spirit to come alive here. They've got the orb straight away as well, so armed to the teeth in the first rifle round of the series. See where they go from spawn, because Winstrike, they're not really playing a bonus round, right? Elian's got the orb. They do have an SMG, but that's only out of necessity here. No need to upgrade it. You can have 1 or 2 of them with no problem. Balance, he sees the jump, he sees the cross, and he has the info that Elian's fighting mid with that orb, but Magix is going to get into pit with that long corner smoke. Good bit of damage, finishes the job as well. That's the MP9 out of the round. First to die here for Winstrike. They might have to set up for retake on this A site.
A lot of confidence to just run into the pit, staring at the ground, playing anti-flash. But I love that decision from Magix. Balance now holding down from the pit. And this is an El Clasico Dust 2 strat. You get your AWPer down in the pit. He can hold down this entire long angle from this position, and it's very, very beneficial because you don't even have to commit to A. And already, you're denying so much real estate to Winstrike just by having your AWP here. You can see what this has forced them to do on the CT side. This is a new little camera angle that we haven't seen before, Bastion. Wonder where he's cooked this one up. This is nice. We get a little pan in view, and we can see Team Spirit setting up over at long. We've got Winstrike. They've had to peel back and set up at the catwalk and CT. One thing I think that's important to realize is they've clearly got a good read on what's going on in this round. There's no pressure anywhere else on the map from Team Spirit. And so there is pretty much a full rotation available for Winstrike at this A side of the map. Prison holding the line and really just laying down the pain. Finally, Magix is going to come in with the trade. It's a 3-on-2. And this A bomb site kind of belongs to Team Spirit, but it's pretty tenuous there because Elliot and Bondic are both still in position at catwalk. That nade is going to delete Magix from the round. A 2-on-2 now. And Sumdai Young trying to go above this smoke, trying to take a man advantage back. He sees Bondic hopping down into CT. iDisbalance has given up his position and a tag through the second time around. Elliot chipping Sumdai Young away, but not able to find the kill. Bondic gets caught out in the open. And Team Spirit, they're first on the board.
Those wall bangs, that's mad. I've never seen anyone hit back-to-back shots. It forced the fight. It forced the player on the side to go wide, and he gets the kill. But man, that's mental. Harry, you talk about that, the setup of putting the pit, the AWPer in pit, right? You can see Winstrike, they want the information there. And that's the key about getting your AWP in pit. If iDisbalance just holds a site, he's going to deny Winstrike's attempts at getting info. Elian goes for a spot, he sees the AWP, and he doesn't re-peek. So Winstrike gamble with a full stack outside of A. But yeah, Spirit still beat them to it. Oh dear me, he tries to do what Magix got away with last round, and it's not going to be the same effect, but he does get to the pit, misses the shot, and luckily enough, they had no idea he was there, but they spin, they swivel, and they get the trade. Now out through long is going to be Sumdai Young, and he might need to push this smoke to give Spirit away into this round, give them anything, because down 2-on-4, Winstrike flanking the perimeter, they've cut off the long, and there's nowhere for Spirit to go right now.
And Bondic started to push upper B. Yeah, you're right. That's pretty much all she wrote. There really isn't any sort of fallback plan here for Team Spirit. They just have to fixate on long as Lackey holds top mid. So good luck with that, but let's see how it pans out.
Look at the CT cat setup by Winstrike. They're playing, multiple levels, but they're holding the same angle essentially, so they can win a quick fight. Worst case scenario, they trade 1-for-1 here, and even that is unlikely. They should just get this immediate kill onto Magix without him firing off much of a shot. Let's see though. He does have a flash. He's not going to use it. Oh, smoke instead. That's perfect. Looking to cross to the site. They could at least still get a bomb plant here, and that would give money to Spirit moving forward at a bare minimum. Oh, no.
Big problems.
Oh, dear. Oh, no. Lackey with the long flank. Magix at the car does get cut down. And Winstrike, they are playing a very good game right now. They've come into this grand final looking so confident. I'm absolutely loving some of the decisions that they're making. I think this is where Team Spirit really needs to slow it down a little bit and stop dedicating 5 players to the same area of the map. Because it is allowing Winstrike to just clear out. They clear mid, they clear tunnels, they get the information that there's no one here. And so Team Spirit, they really haven't left much to the imagination just yet. Like it's been pretty easy for Winstrike to just rotate these players in. They've been coming in on these flanks in a lot of these rounds. They know exactly what's going on because where Team Spirit first show their head is usually where they're looking to end up right now.
Let's not pretend that Spirit had a great go at it either when they found themselves stuck on the ramp and sort of just chiseled away at from behind a Molotov. Let's not pretend here.
Far too long there, right? Like, considering Winstrike knew they were there the entire time, they just don't want to rush Spirit when they're waiting. They just wait till Spirit start to cross, and because Spirit don't do it immediately with intent, they hang around at the car, they move behind the smoke, they just get picked up from the flank. In this round, it's an eco, but Spirit have at least traded 1-for-1. That gun, I'm not sure if it is retrievable. It likely would have fallen into CT spawn. And so, let's see if someone can find it here, but Chopper's not even looking at it. He's going to go right back for Spirit in towards a mid to B.
Yeah, already this is like a far more grandiose statement, a far more grandiose strategy from Team Spirit. They faked A, they get a kill there. They've kept 2 players at the A bomb site, and this leaves just Lackey and Bondic at the B side of the map with Chopper ready to split in through mid. He is going to be coming in on this lurk. So if the players coming out through tunnel can pull the attention away, maybe he can find something, but he's actually already been picked up. And Bondic and Lackey, they've got this round dead to rights. The rifle's able to best the pistols there in the head-to-head. And Winstrike up 5-1 right now. Team Spirit coming in with a reinvestment. Another go, another chance here heading into round number 7.
But it's Winstrike right there playing, you know, a game where they're in control the whole time. Spirit don't necessarily give them a fight anywhere, and as for an eco round, you would expect some sort of cheeky play, as you guys would call it, a little bit of cheeky buggas or whatever. But it just never really comes about, does it?
Well, they've got the AWP back in their hands at least, but no armor behind it in this one. Let's see how this round transpires. It's a double CT AWP and a fast play from Spirit with a pick through the smoke. High disbalance, random shot on Hobbit. Don't think he could see him, but he will take that every day of the week in Spirit. They pull the brakes. They hold on here as they want to see if Winstrike have any response to this kill, any aggression on the CT side. Winstrike have been full of it. Lackey going to look for a mid pick, and he's going to lose his life. Another kill for iDisbalance. And that's just going to open up mid, right? You know for sure, after 2 picks there for Spirit, no way there's a CT in this position, but smoke a Molotov down just to make sure things are clear and setting up for a B hit with only a solo player. However, that solo player is Bondic, and we have been talking about this man and how much he's been accomplishing for this Winstrike side. So if there was anyone to put up a multi-kill here, maybe it could be him. Oh, great spray from Bondic. Trade is in, but that's more than you can ask of him. Will Winstrike consider this one? Will they go for the retake? They have the kits.
And the bomb hasn't been planted yet, but you can imagine Elian and company don't want to give up these weapons.
Uh-oh.
Well, they're going to have it happen regardless, I suppose.
Beggars cannot be choosers.
That's what they say. So a second one on the board for Spirit in this grand final. Albeit, if you are here, we go to Nuke next. It's going to be the pick of Spirit, a CT-sided start for Winstrike. And if the series ends there and it doesn't take us all the way to a third of Train, guess what's after that? Astralis G2.
Yeah. A BO4 in some way.
So can you explain that, how that works? Because I feel like there's going to be a lot of questions around it, so let's just go ahead and get ahead of it.
We had that for the NA final over in the Road to Rio. Essentially what that means is it's a best of 5, but the team that comes from the upper bracket, in our case here, Astralis, obviously going flawless in the playoffs, they have a map advantage, Trace, so that makes it a BO4. Astralis need to win 2 maps, whereas G2 need to win 3 out of the 4 being played. The first one is just a 1-0, a 16-0, however you want to look at it, a bye, basically. So, yeah, G2 need to win 1 more map than Astralis in that series in order to win it. Their work is truly going to be cut out for them, considering they weren't even able to beat Astralis in a BO3 the other day. But that's all coming up later, Trace. Right now, we got another grand final going on, and Spirit, they are warming up into this game. This T-side is coming alive, 2 rounds, and weapons held on as well. Winstrike save an AWP, and they buy round it. But they don't see anything early. Elian's boosted Cat looking for a pick down lower, but Spirit aren't budging. They're taking a slow default in this round. That's good info. Elian full flash, didn't see Sunday Young, but the jumps get the info back for Spirits. They know there's an AWP aggressive on Cat.
Yeah, Elian going to fall back into this drop-down spot. Common one for this AWP. With plenty of utility on Team Spirit, they can try and flash them out of that position before they go in with the peak. It's the same one that Hobbit was playing a few rounds ago, and he did not fare too well in this position. So we're going to have to wait and see if Elian does any better. Kristen and Hobbit did have that boost assembled in mid, but now that the smoke has faded, they've got no reason to keep that one in play. And now Hobbit, holding on to the mid doors, does get cut down by Chopper. This is where Kristen comes in and will deliver a kill on the trade. CT is going to get smoked off. Winstrike trying to feign a mid to B. Elian striking one from the tally on this Cat play. And Winstrike, they looked like they were about to get ahead of it. Bondic looked curious as to pressuring those upper tunnels. Lackey is actually pushed all the way through long. And this is going to leave Elian alone inside of the A site. He had to hold it down all on his lonesome. And he's done a stellar job. He's going to cement it with 4. And a 6th round on the board for Winstrike. Elian looking great today. And you can see why we've been talking this guy up so much.
And, of course, as the man that obviously picked against Winstrike, but he's right. I mean, Elian has been a staple of this lineup as of, well, since the papers were put together, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm surprised Harry picked against Winstrike, considering how much of a fan he is of this team. But, you know, that goes to show that the bias isn't always there. Sometimes you want to be realistic, but, well, realistically right now, it's 6-2 in favor of Winstrike. They're in control of this game currently. Now, obviously, it's early days, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Spirit have got a lot left in their back pocket.
Plus, Hobbits won a major. What are you guys thinking? Y'all are pathetic.
He does wear the freshest clothes and eat at the chillest restaurants.
And he chills with us, so you know it's the chillest dudes. Speaking of which, guys, this being the end of the road for us.
Yeah.
This is our last TriCast.
Wow.
Ever, I think. Maybe, who knows?
If the world's lucky.
A long, arduous road, fellas. It's had its ups, it's had its downs. But all in all, I think we've done okay.
Host, stop talk.
Yeah. Basically.
I think we've done a great job, Trace. I'm really proud of you here.
Oh, are we going to be proud of Bondic with his B-hold? Apparently not. Apparently not. And Hobbit doesn't really fare any better either on his run through the B doors. 2-on-3. This is like a pretty weak buy for Team Spirit, so Winstrike might feel tempted to go for it here, especially with some of the shots that Elian's been hitting in this map thus far. Crizin opening up onto Disbalance in the tunnels, and now that it's a 2-on-2... Oh, dear! Elian catching magics going through the smoke, and now following up as well. Sumda Young gets deleted, and Elian showing up in stellar form for this grand final.
Wow.
Not a massive fan of jumping through the door smoke with your knife out.
Yeah, but if you got it like that, you might as well, you know, you might as well get it how you live, I suppose.
It's a bit of a gamble, right? Was it Mir or Magic's? Magic. I guess he thinks Elian's window, he thinks he can beat a timing on the door smoke, but Elian's hiding behind it, and boom. Headshot, no scope with the AWP. That is a retake that Winstrike should not be winning. And most of it started by Crizin in the tunnel as well. If he doesn't kill the AWP there, then likely Spirit don't run out the doors because they're in control of the round. They're trying to swap positions. They're trying to take the middle to play that bomb. Org up on Catwalk. Well, maybe take off the scope, stick to the M4s because that's a gun given over. Mir on 1 health. Got to be careful with that Molotov. But he will be able to give that one over. It's an early advantage for Spirit in a round they don't have a lot to play with.
Oh, Lackey with this secondary AWP now for Winstrike. CT smoke down, B site fallen, and Team Spirit once again a man down in a retake here.
The Chopper with this Tech 9 doesn't necessarily want to flirt with death. They're going to throw the bomb over, and it looks like Winstrike want to attempt this.
They're waiting for the tap. Oh, that's
Lackey
amazing.
Tries to go in. Crizin, is he going to give it a go now as well? Oh, so close, but not quite close enough to find the kill.
Oh,
it's Crizin and Elian again in a 2-on-4, but this time they decide to save. Now, they don't know how low Mir and Chopper both are. Kind of devastating that that's how this round falls apart for Winstrike. A nice attempt there from Lackey at denying the bomb plant and trying to turn that round on its head. But ultimately, to no avail. Team Spirit going to come in with a third. I will say, like, imagine how nice it feels for someone like Elian, right, who maybe doesn't have as much experience as some of the other guys on his team. You know, I think Lackey falling into that as well. To be playing a grand final online from the comfort of your own home. You know, I think that maybe that's why we're going to see something extra special out from the likes of Elian right now. Because you've got a lot of pressure on your shoulders in the sense that this is a grand final matchup, but you're also a lot more free to make these plays without, like, having thousands of people sat in the stands watching your every move on the big screen.
And if you are Hobbit, you might want to change that I to a 1 in your name because that's how many majors you've won.
Put a star on that.
That's a good point. Yeah,
just saying,
I actually,
you know?
I can't believe we didn't think of that one.
Like, why isn't that one there? It's just for the taking. Anyway,
well, Device,
Disbalance.
yeah, Device is going to need to upgrade his nick after that one.
Yeah, I suppose that's going to be an even weirder looking name.
Yeah, I mean, that's just not going to work. Oh, Hobbit, he's got the shotgun. A man of many weapons. And he has results as well. His teammates not quite as lucky. Jump shots for Hobbit, undoubtedly. They're coming through. He's just waiting for the right time to strike, to press that spacebar, scroll that wheel. What do we got from Hobbit? Nothing more. He's going to drop into spawn. It might just be a save for Winstrike. That kill, that might reinvigorate them. That might give them the confidence to attempt this once again, but no kit. They're both dropped on long, both of those kits. It's accessible, it's retrievable, but Winstrike don't think it's conceivable, and they will save.
Yeah, if you could just trade out this shotgun for something a little bit, you know, better, I suppose. Not really the word I wanted to use, but
automatic.
It's true. Yeah, anything but the shotgun to go into the next round would probably benefit.
Bomb will kill him here.
Yeah, it will. And I think he's going to try to get away, but...
he should be okay, yeah. Like this deep. Easy peasy stuff. Spirit finding 4 on the board. This was a dominant lead at one point for Winstrike, but Spirit are closing the gap 2 in a row, and the money gets broke by Winstrike. That's why they went for the save, right? Nothing left. So may as well just force, put all your money together, get down to 0 as a unit. Everyone bankrupt now, but at least you're bankrupt together.
Yeah, the age-old saying.
Ooh, triple long setup.
Ooh, Chopper mollied out of the corner here, has to drop that smoke, but that will keep him alive. However, they now know that a man is here. And that's Chopper very much hung out to dry. He has been left to fend for himself against the wolves of Winstrike. And boy, they do tear him apart. But now a B play looks to come through. Hobbit, auto shotgun. Let's go, baby.
Sir.
This gun, this is where it excels. And Hobbit putting up a double. Sundai Young will get the trade at the very, very least. And that there is a bit of headway into the B bomb site. Crizin tries to run the gauntlet and might come to regret that decision. He's been dropped. This bomb has to go down, and Bondik is looking to deny that, looking to shut this round down. Disbalance left in the 1v2, not able to connect a damn thing. And Winstrike, an 8th on the board.
I love how Winstrike deal with that, because it's a B take that comes in late and they have players nearby. They just throw players at the problem. They throw wave after wave of CT into Spirit. Hobbit Mo's down 2, and then right as Spirit think they're comfortable in the site. Crizin flashed in by Bondik, gets some damage off, does die, but that just creates enough madness. And Winstrike don't stop there. They keep pushing, they keep forcing fights, and they trade their way to a victory before the bomb gets planted. They don't let Spirit get comfortable, and well, even less comfortable as Disbalance picked out a middle before the round's even begun.
It's really not fair the way Alien's playing right now.
No.
He is absolutely owning anybody that gets in his way. Let's see what happens to Mirror. Oh, maybe not Mirror just yet, but in fact it will happen. Mirror now 1-12.
Oof.
In a round that Alien really takes to Team Spirit. He doesn't look to be done either. Maybe a little bit too much there off the top. Sundai Young gonna give him a haircut. And that's that. So quite the run there in the beginning of the round for Alien. Very exciting to watch players like that.
Yeah, Mir 1-12 is a good point, Trace, because that this guy is the big talent on Spirit. I think one of the the guys we look to come alive in grand finals to pull them out of the dirt. But right now, he is silent. I love this setup. Chopper is so baited in, but he's not going to commit with it. He actually walks away. Bondik's dropped one in middle anyway, and Hobbit pushes as he hears that reload go off. He knows Chopper's falling back, and he capitalizes. Even though the trade comes through, there's still another man at long. Magis has nowhere to go, and little does he know, in a 1-on-3, that double setup has just come through that position, so he's going to move up catwalk late. He has time for this, but walking into Bondik doesn't feel safe.
Yeah, and Lackey pushing the lower tunnels. That's the real problem here for Magix. He gets tagged, headshot, finished off, and Winstrike 9 on the board. Continuing to look good over on this CT side. Man, Alien, I've absolutely loved watching this guy.
Fun to watch. Real fun to watch.
360s here, as you do.
Look, man, look at this. There you go. Second time around. Mir gets deleted, and Elian looking great in this matchup right now. I think that was a real requirement for Winstrike to be competitive in this grand final. I do think that you look at someone like Elian, you look at the numbers he's been putting up. For me, that was one of the worries here, right? Was with this being a grand final, with him being one of the more experienced inexperienced guys on this team, would the pressure get to them? You know, I think for this Winstrike squad, I'm looking at Elian and Lackey to potentially fall into that category. And no, mate, they're looking better than ever right now in this grand final.
He falls first in this round, of course. It is a bit of an eco here for Spirit, and I think the reality is this. Some teams, they look at their opper and they expect him to be mobile, and they want him to go out there and get these fights and really take the fight to the enemy. Half of the AWP, I would say, is being in the unexpected place at the right time. So Elian has certainly done that for himself and his team many, many, many times, and that's what's making him an exciting player to watch.
It's been a real nuisance. He's actually the 5th rated player of the Road to Rio in the CIS region. Obviously Simple at number 1, despite getting grouped. Mir at number 2. And, well, those are the only players, at least in the top 5, that are in this game. Mir and Elian, both on the side of Spirit. The results aren't there right now. They are flawless, but down 9-4 in this final.
Spirit have changed their mind. Looks like a popular terrorist destination, the B-bomb site.
They do say that, Trace, but look who's watching, look who's waiting, and look who's full of utility. It's Bondic. 20 seconds, that smoke has just gone down. Spirit have to push it, and they have no flash.
Well, this should be the mowdown, and there it is, the mowdown. Welcome to it. Winstrike, 10 on the board. And it's Bondic just laying waste to the B play.
That's just, like, that's the power of having Bondic in this team. He's never going to bottle those situations. He's never going to mess them up. He's done 1,000 of these B spray downs. He's going to be ready.
He does a great job here bottlenecking them in upper B. That's for sure. They kind of get hung up on each other. There's no time. There's nothing to do. And that's a real mismanagement there for the side of Spirit late into this half. Last round of the half even now. As we look forward, round number 15. It's going to start out with Elian getting a kill, like some rounds already have.
Like most rounds start, it feels. Mir still 1-13, still bottom of this server right now. Could this be his round? Bit of recovery in the last of the half. Oh dear, Magic's got to pick down long. Mid backing up, it's Lackey falling away from the doors. Magic's looking to find a gap in that smoke, and Chrism has posted up in a very off angle to deal with this as well. Magic might not expect his position. Spirit have gone away from mid and up to Cat. They want to split this A site. Hobbit is on the site to deal with them. And there's only 2 on A. Winstrike want to fast flank through middle, but there is a player in lower watching that.
Prism decides to take a duel, and Long and Mir comes alive in the middle. Between him and Sumdai Young, they take care of the problem, and that leaves just Hobbit at the car on his lonesome. Bomb's going to go ahead and head into B, and being it is the last round of the half, he's going to have to peek eventually. Mir tagged down to 7 HP. They know where he is now. Now they're just going to close in on him. The final kill comes in. It's Magic's, and that's us going to a break. The SO1 Road to Rio CIS Grand Final will be right here when we return.
Another type of cake up, break up. We're having fun.
We certainly have turned up in here so much that Elian can't be turned down. We can't turn him off. He just keeps hitting shot after shot after shot. And of course, that leaves him to 18-7. They're at the end of the first half where Winstrike are leading the way. Welcome back to the CIS Grand Final for the ESL1 Road to Rio. My name is Trace. I've got Harry and Hugo with me on the mic, and we are ready to get this one back underway.
Oh, we most certainly are, Trace. And Magix is feeling the same way as well about this second half. He opens up with a man advantage. Balance and Chopper, they're trying to get away from this A site. At this point in time, Team Spirit, they're content with a 5-on-4 retake at A, especially with these USPs laying down the pain at long. And you can see why. The bomb just fell into CT, and this round is over. Pistol round secured for Team Spirit. Looking like an entirely different team to the one we just watched. The 15 rounds.
I don't think Hobbit realized he had the bomb. He was just on the catwalk corner and not planting. Everyone was fighting. That is a weird pistol round, and that is going to be having long-term consequences. But right now, we've got another game going on, Harry, on the B stream. It's VP Hard Legion. This one is, of course, for RMR points, as both of these teams made it to the semi-finals and no further. So keep our eyes on that. We'll keep you updated with what's going on. But right now, it's Spirit looking to pull a comeback here in the second half. It's Winstrike's pick, this first map. And Spirit are down 10-6, but they're looking to get back up in pole position. Chopper's certainly done that. He has chopped down the opposition, and just like that, Spirit finds 7. I'm still kind of reeling from that pistol round that definitely should have been at least a bomb plant for Winstrike. It will delay their first buy round, but it's coming in here anyway. Fully going the second, AK's in the third. Can Winstrike put a stop to Spirit before they get it back on the board?
Elian doing what an Elian does.
Okay, all right, sure. Crizzen hopping through that smoke, but while all this is going on, the rotations have already come through for Team Spirit, and this B play has had the momentum sucked right out of it. Winstrike, it looked like they wanted to go back for a second try, and that smoke goes in. That will solidify that there's multiple players here. That's actually not the case. That second smoke dropped over towards B, and Mir being able to retrieve another means he can just keep re-smoking this avenue of the map over and over again. This is going to force Winstrike to spread on out and try and cover some new ground. Everywhere they go, a smoke seemingly lands. This time they try and go to mid. No, 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 not today, Winstrike. Not today. And this now is going to leave them looking for another avenue. This time it's short. And well, for all of our joy, and for Winstrike, there's no smokes left for Team Spirit. So this is going to come down to contact now. Elian looking to be this first man in. And as we've kind of been highlighting, he's not really missing anything today. He spots a player at ramp, and that nade has really sealed the deal, but it does find the kill onto Crizzen. Hobbit falls shortly thereafter, and so Elian trapped at Gandalf. And we got Hobbit in the server. It is a full-on Lord of the Rings reenactment here. Elian up on top of the sight box, but he will get brought down by Chopper. And an 8th now on the board for Spirit. No money again for Winstrike. A real chance for Spirit to be back in the swing of Dust 2.
And I do like the idea of Elian peeking right there in a 1-on-3. Maybe you can give yourself a little bit more distance between you and your opponent and get the bomb planted at the, at the least. That's all pending taking out one in a 1-on-3, but
yeah,
just doesn't unfold that way. And Spirit are starting to claw themselves back into this game.
Without a doubt, Winstrike silent on this second half, but only 3 rounds in, and they're back on pistols now to be rushed, and Spirit have 2 players here at least. Mow down moment. Oh, a little messy. Mir with 2. He's going to find a bit of a confidence booster in this round. Pistols out, quick tap, and he goes back for an ace. That is Mir coming into this round with 2 kills. Well, at least he has skyrocketed, soared
Stonks.
to... Yeah, Stonks. Yeah, Stonks have definitely gone up with that one.
Turn around, one tap with the pistol. The guy in the middle is like, hey, hold on, you. I haven't forgot about you.
Wait a sec.
Ooh. Pop, whoop.
Pop.
And that's that. Sometimes you just got to pull out that sidearm and finish the deal.
Style points. Maybe that's a confidence booster, man. If Mir comes alive in the second half, considering Spirit are competitive now when he's been silent, like, that's a big problem for Winstrike. They have not won this game just yet.
No, definitely not. Now it is just back to basics, back to this long play for Winstrike. They're going to get players out. I imagine this is all with the goal of doing the classic, getting Elian down into the pit with that AWP. Perfect place for it as well, because he is glass cannon. Or is he going to try and hit the wall bag? Try and hit the wall bag, Elian. Come on.
You won't do it.
Come on, Elian. There's a smoke down now. And so he knows there's probably a player looking to go around it. He's going to keep his eyes on the outside of this smoke. Magic's jumping over the top, and they are edging up close at long. Magic's hasn't seen anything yet, so there's no rotations from Team Spirit. Now it becomes all too clear, and Magic's falls immediately. So this A site is conceded. Team Spirit in a 4-on-5. Oh, this might have to be a save.
Yeah,
This is done, this one.
Spirit had a totally wrong read here. Essentially, what went on was Magic couldn't spot anything long. Meanwhile, Chopper pushes Cat. He was about to flank long, and then someone from Spirit must have made the call, guys, I don't see anything A, I see nothing long. Care B. Spirit rotate 2 to B. Chopper comes from top mid, walks lower to clear tunnel, and Winstrike execute A, and Spirit are completely leaning towards that B bomb site. So a bit of a misread. Obviously well played by Winstrike to conceal the fact that they had players coming up on that long corner, and the smoke as well dropped by Magis actually denied him his own information. So yeah, Spirit, they have to drop that round. There's nothing they can do about it. Also, this scope could get Young killed if Bondik moves.
And the thing for Winstrike right here, it's not like they had some super complex long take or they really, you know, forced a misdirection, showed some colors at B. No, they just simply took their time. They cleared out long together. They crossed together. They eliminated the threats together, and they played well right there in that round. They deserve that 11th one on the board.
That's why you want an AWP on A, trying to get info, and therefore that's why you put an AWP in pit as a T. You deny the CT's getting info. They don't know whether you're committing up long, and although it can seem obvious if you go for like long smoke execute, if you're being loud about it, but if you're not being loud about it, that's the value that sometimes long can bring you. Winstrike, they're going back for it again. They want a little bit more piece of the pie, and the hunger is brewing. Lackey chasing this pit kill, but he's flashed out by his team, and he's going to go down. Idis Balance does help out with an assist, actually flashing his own teammate and traded by Kristen, funnily enough. Now we still have 2 on A, and Magis is tucked on the car. This is good info this time for Spirit, but a very common spot to Molotov, and Winstrike have 2 of them left, but they will bail. Couple left in this position, couple going back, all eventually rerouting and regrouping. Do they check Magics? That's the big question.
Well, Elian has seemingly known about every single other person, and they have unfortunately found their way into his crosshair more often than not. Now that flash is going to keep Magic's tucked in at the car. He knows that they're creeping up long, and now he finally takes his fight, selects his victim, and it's Krisen. So numbers advantage here for Spirit.
Oh. Elian has a Molotov. Could easily kill Magic's here by just throwing it down. There's no smoke for anyone on Spirit to throw on a molly right now. Magic's would die. But they're going to check it instead. They want to try and creep up, crawl up. Magis is checking. The Molotov is good, and Bonnik times it well. That's a free frag back for Winstrike. They corner him, and that's going to draw such a rotation. Look at Spirit. Now knowing minimum of 2 players on long, they leave B, and they come and try and help Idis Balance on the site.
Yeah, with the short amount of time, there isn't many places they could be left to be. Idis Balance with AWP is going to make that first shot. Mir with even sicker one, and Bondik left alone. Had way too much in front of him, way too many targets for his crosshair, and we're going to see Spirit go up to 10. A round that I think, you know, Winstrike could have had. They might have taken a little bit longer killing that car player, but I think that might have been the bane of it all right there.
I feel like the issue is obviously the utility, but if Winstrike get that kill, I'd love to see them just elevate the pace and commit and take it, but they wait so long, the Spirit are able to rotate off B and set up, right? There was no surprises, no guessing. There was no time for Winstrike to, you know, go back and go through T-spawn to B. They had to commit, Spirit knew it, so info is good, and the shot is better. Idis Balance dropping Kristen out long early. Sorp has been good at finding CT advantages. Elian certainly was in the first half with a 5-0 opening duel streak for him. Chopper going through the smoke. This is a heroic play, and they better have results here for Spirit. Mir with a good flashbang, helped out by Young, and Chopper comes through the door. He only gets 1. Miss steals that from him, the kill next to Chopper, and Elian now stuck alone in the tunnels. His AWP may have been good, but that's not going to get him out of this situation. He's about to die.
Oh, man.
Oh, no, Elian. There is a man in T-spawn. Magic's hounding down that final kill. It's a team ace and 5 players staying alive. for Team Spirit. Quite the way to put your 11th round on the board and tie this up, as now they've secured a nice bit of economic certainty over here on this CT side. A tactical pause called on through by the Winstrike gang. They had a huge lead coming into this second half. It was looking good for them to take this map, but now that all gets called into question. The cracks are starting to show, and Team Spirit is starting to wake up. Mir came into this second half with 2 kills to his name, and now he sits with 10 on the board. He's starting to have a resurgence. He comes into this grand final as the 2nd highest rated player in the CIS division, and it was worrying when he was starting off so slow, right? It felt like Team Spirit were in a 4-on-5 a lot of the time, just on the back of Mir really struggling early on, but him resurging, him finding his footing, has boded well for Team Spirit.
And impactful kills as well. It's not just kills on the scoreboard, right? He stopped a B rush with an ace. He finds 2 from the CT spawn when Winstrike were crossing long in that 3-on-3, and Chopper's feeling it as well. Mir's coming on a flank. Winstrike aren't even considering it, and they will get shot in the back of the head. This round is already over, and it's only been going on 20 seconds. This is a buy. This is a rifle round for Winstrike, and they're not even getting to play their own game. They're getting pushed in every position. Bonded down lower, can't get a kill, and Sumda Young doubles up alongside Chopper. That is a confident round, and that is Spirit wanting to 2-0 this series.
Of course it is. A slow start, you're right. It has been a monumental comeback here for the side of Spirit. They've had to grind it out, and they have gotten it there at the end of the day. So, greatly enough, though, and what bodes well is the fact that Mir no longer 1-12, but rather 11-13.
Spirit.
Silent.
Yeah, Trace, I got to ask, as the guy who picked Winstrike, what are you hoping to see from these guys right now heading into this all-important buy round? Oh, actually, you might not even have time to answer, Trace. It's a B rush. They've answered it for you. You took your time. Never mind. They tricked me. It's all pretend. Oh, but there's a kill from Bondic through the smoke. So what do you want to see now, Trace? They sit in a 5-on-4.
I like what I'm seeing. I think it's all part of the plan. Calculated. Of course, some risk involved here, and that's going to be in the form of a grenade, but Elian does what Elian has to do, and so does Mir with 3. Goodness gracious.
He gets in the position that Bondic just sprayed a play down through smoke, and so they don't even assume that the man could be there. Elian, though, this is a round bred for him, born for him, and now a 1-on-1. He's got the info, he's got the spot, he knows Chopper's in the door, switching back on either side. Oh, he swapped again, and Elian didn't see it. He doesn't know Chopper's on the right side.
I think he might be aware. He has to be aware of the idea.
He knows he could, right?
Yeah, and look at this. No bomb plant because the bomb is down outside of B tunnels, and now we've got ourselves a little bit of a standoff. Elian creeping in.
Yeah, he knows.
He's got to know something's up here. First, he's got to worry about the back of sight. He's going to check that first. But in doing so, he's now set himself up to clear the back of Platt. And this one's going to come down to the wire. Plenty of time to play with. Will he see the op barrel first? Goes for the no-scope, and it's just not on the cards for Elian. The shotgun op proves not to be fruitful.
That was really well played for Chopper, right? His whole intention there was to deceive Elian. He was just crossing back and forth, which is such a risk, such a gamble, considering how fast Elian can just take him down with the orb. But Chopper, he gives him misinformation. He plays off the back of it. He wins Spirit, a crucial rifle round that has broken the money again for Winstrike, up against 13.
Yeah, for Mir, that was that's going to be his marquee round so far of the series in terms of stacking bodies. Look at this Hobbit fast out middle. That looks entertaining.
Oof. Oh, yeah. Hobbit finding a man in window, but not able to get the kill. Now Catwalk looking to get taken here by Winstrike. They've partially invested into this round, so they're hoping for a bit of damage for a bomb plant at a bare minimum. Balance holding from the crossroads. He's got support from Chopper, and Chopper has opened this round up. They keep going in. They might just feed the beast, and this is not a man you want to go blow for blow with down in CT. The flash is good. And Elian will land the tag onto Balance. He's going to go back in for a bit more, but this is a bit of a risk with the orb. Chopper is helping to eliminate all the risks right now, and Elian left in this clutch, naded out of the round. 14 on the board for Team Spirit. This was 10-5 at the end of the first half in favor of Winstrike. And since moving on to the T side, they've managed 1 round. Team Spirit, they come over, they move into this CT side, and my word, the results are just coming up in favor of Spirit time and time again. We look over at the B stream, we see what's going on in this 3rd, 4th place decider, and well, VP taking on the likes of Hard Legion. That's over on Inferno, split right down the middle right now, but we're going to focus on the grand final at hand. And Elliot looking down into the bottom of mid, trying to secure an opener. Nothing presents itself just yet, so he's going to start to go aggressive. However, there is still Mir floating around this middle position.
Yeah, Winstrike fans not going to be dancing around with this one. That big margin has just slipped away. Now every round will be back against the wall. So, as I say that, Elian positions his back against the wall on Catwalk with AWP. What is a triple A set up here for Spirit? Winstrike want to throw a smoke in response and then slowly work their way up Catwalk. They're going to commit with this bomb. It's Hobbit leading the pack. Here comes a flash. They're going to try to get out, and now the jig is up. There is no more surprise here. That element of surprise is gone. Disbalance missing a shot from long. He's going to get flashed. He's got to back away again, but that leaves Chopper and Goose, and he lines up two.
Yeah, nice wide off angle there, and Disbalance is firing shots. It's drawing attention the entire time. Chopper eventually gets killed off of a wide peek off of the orb. That is stuck on Catwalk right now. Mir's looking for the headshot. He sees a little gap, and he's got the dink as well. Mir can just fall off. There's no bomb plant yet. It's been dropped on the site, and Spirit is still here looking for fights. They could even boost. That grenade might get a kill, and it's just going to miss. Elian's down to 10. The bomb getting planted. Young looking to stop it. There's no cover, and the orb is not good enough to defend in such a pandemonia. Spirit are going to get the defuse. They're going to find 15.
Yeah, it's going to sting for Winstrike. But yeah, Spirit on 15, Harry, and this doesn't look great, all things considered. That is if you picked Winstrike, of course.
Great couple of kills from Chopper there. He's been excellent in this entire region, in this entire group stage playoffs. He's just been consistently there for Spirit when we need him.
Yeah, I'm very, very glad that Team Spirit have really found their footing again and started to look like the team that they have throughout this entire road to Rio. Because I was getting a bit worried. It felt like it had the potential to be a very uncompetitive final if a few key players for Spirit had started the day a little bit slow. And that certainly looked to be the case for a man like Mir, who has looked incredible in this team as of late. Well, he's now found his footing in a big way. You mentioned Chopper, you mentioned the likes of Young. Both of these two guys delivering right now. I think Magix as well is a really good talking point, because during the kind of like struggle that was this first half, he was one of the two players who I think was still looking good for Team Spirit, despite being this young fifth man in the squad. Elian's got the AWP back in hand. He's topping the charts right now in the server, tied up there alongside Chopper, and he's looking to try and take a man advantage. There was a chance for it, but instead, it's Chopper peeking off of Catwalk. He does get traded, and Bondit keeps this in the advantage of Winstrike with a kill through the smoke at B. Now, there was a timing in which that B site had no one on it for Team Spirit, but Winstrike, they're going to decide with this man advantage that instead of fast playing into a site, they're going to group up, they're going to try and play a numbers game. Magix is stuck in a spot where he needed that kill, and Lackey is able to pick it up. We got a Krieg out, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say, Lackey's got the Krieg because he has no armor, and he has no armor because he dropped the AWP, and so he asked for a gun that, it wouldn't be leading in first place with, like the AK. He could scope up and post up, and he's got 2 kills on this Kevlar-less Krieg, so great effect, but is it the round? Is it enough here as Spirit wait for the cross? There's one man on long. Crizzen might just stay here because the plant could be open. Winstrike can put the bomb down for Crizzen, and he doesn't need to fight the AWP and CT. In fact, he just mollies it and denies Mir's aggression back up to the site. His molly goes down, and already Winstrike settle back into their post plants. Hobbit playing the corner. Mir's going to come in from spawn and go Catwalk late, but boy, the time is already ticking here for Spirit. They can't afford to take forever. Crizzen's still in the pit this entire time.
They want to tempt fate. Mir winning out his duel with Hobbit opens a whole new problem.
Yeah, this A site now becomes tempting. There are kits, there is a chance, but you got to be very, very fast. And a lot of it hinges on dealing with Lackey. They get that kill. No. The bomb isn't in the best spot for Pit, but that smoke is missed. Mir gets the kill. There's no time for the defuse, however. 12 on the board for Winstrike, but everybody dies. And this is going to put them in a very weird spot to heading in to this 28th round of play. 12 on the board for Winstrike. They need 3 more for an overtime here.
You would
and
not.
it's got to begin with a buy that's going to be lacking as a result of everyone falling in this round. Like, yeah, they pick it up, and that's the important thing. But you take a look at it. There's no AWP for Elian. There's a Galil on Crizin. There's next to no utility. This is going to leave Winstrike with very few options, and they are heavily reliant on winning these duels at this point in time.
Which is so hard without the utility, without the better weaponry that has been provided all game long. You wouldn't have been able to tell Mir was 2-13 at halftime. He's now positive 18-14, hitting one taps in 1-on-2s. Unfortunately, not able to close the round there. That smoke wasn't quite on the bomb, and he knew even if he stuck it, with the time available, he'd likely get killed. That was Crizin playing for it, but regardless, it's another chance for Winstrike to make this one happen, to bring it to OT. Will they be allowed? The boost up. Chopper has to be very careful and cautious. He's being watched. Oh, the kill is there. Lackey firing through the wall, taking down Chopper on the brick. IDIS Balance is going to have to go elsewhere with this AWP, or at least fall back for the time being. Winstrike want that A site. They're splitting it from the catwalk and from long, yet to take this cat control, but 3 very pushed up on long. And Magix, again, has no idea. This has been a problem in the past. He's got full util, but it might all go to waste if they just kill him on the site. Oh, there it is.
There's that kill again, and now IDIS Balance is trapped at short. He has to make a stand, or else this round is slipping by the wayside. And oh, he does make a stand. IDIS Balance in with 2, trying, but he hasn't spotted Hobbit. And oh dear, that's him taken out of the round now. Sumdai Young and Mir in a 2-on-3. Do they want to attempt this one? There is still money there for Team Spirit. They've gotten it very, very close. They retrieved this AWP, and they're just going to run away. They concede this round. They let Winstrike have a 13th.
The grenade, the smoke created by the grenade landing on the stairs actually kept IDIS Balance alive. That second player around the corner couldn't see him. He only saw, smoke. He only saw grenades, and yeah, he just gets shot right through it as it fades. That's a very weird one. Like, where else can that AWP be? It's just fired, but yeah, you'll take it if you're Spirit. A couple of kills, ultimately not the round though. Back to back for Winstrike as they find 13. And it was the low economy round as well. That was a massive one for Winstrike. They needed the victory there. Look at this smoke. You can barely see, if you're IDIS Balance, you can barely see anything. So no surprise that Bondic and Lackey go down to the AWP that fires off for one shot. And Winstrike have been given the money they require to take this to overtime.
Wild stuff here.
Yeah, you love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. We wanted a competitive grand final, and Winstrike, they are doing their damnedest to give us one of those. 2 more rounds required to get this one to overtime. Now, Sumdai Young and Mir, these guys have got a lot of cash looking to the future. They are going to be paramount if this round does not go the way of Team Spirit. A very slow start in this one. You can feel the pressure, right? Because if you weren't believing before on the Winstrike side, you're definitely believing now. 2 rounds, that's all it takes. You've already got the bulk of this this comeback under your wing. You don't want it to fall apart here and now. And so no one wants to be this first man to die.
Someone's got to be, though. And Winstrike are looking to make that happen. They're looking to find the first. Up the catwalk, they clear. Molotovs in every position. This is a standard default for Winstrike. We've not seen many of these because Spirit haven't really let them get away with defaulting, being very aggressive on the CT side. But Winstrike finally given the room and set up with 4 on cat, 1 outside long for the late lurk. Crizin has very limited utility for that, though, so keep our eyes on him later. That's if the bomb gets planted. Spirit don't want it to get that far, though. IDIS Balance, he's been struggling to hit this cross shot. The flashes have been really good for Winstrike on this position. Will he be able to find a kill?
Well, he struggled in this spot before, and now more than ever, we can't afford to have that happen. He has support in the site. That flash goes over, allows Chopper to take a piece.
2 for 1.
IDIS Balance, bit of damage off. He gets 2 tags in that push from the 2 bullets he fires, and a kill as well. Bomb plant comes in. But the site has been conceded. Crizin even spotting a man down in the pit. And doesn't decide to stick around, doesn't decide to take this fight. Instead, knows that him showing a presence at long is going to be enough to slow Magix down. Elian in the site, looking to get this trade as Lackey has been picked up. Mir out from the ramp, taps down Elian, and Crizin on this rotation in through CT. Mir is on the bomb, and Crizin is just too far away. This one slips by the wayside, and Team Spirit, they lock in Dust 2. They go 1-0 up in this grand